first active like defenders.
I think it's like
Are we live? Of course we're live. Better late than never. People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. Over here in the UK, it's obviously AM. Good morning to those of you like myself living in England and the United Kingdom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night, depending on where else you guys are placed in the world. As you know, DG Nations International and them things. Every week there's a new nation in the comments, and I'm appreciative of all the support, people, you know, from the very start in 2016 to now where we are at 2022. We've just getting started. We ain't really achieved nothing yet, but I appreciate it, man. I really do. First things first, hope everyone's had a fantastic weekend. Hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend off the back of a great weekend. I hope you're all optimistic in relation to the week coming. And on that topic, I hope next week is filled with, you know, first things first, good health. You ain't got health, you're dead, innit? So wishing you lot all health. But yeah, man, moving closer to your goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, aspirations. Pardon me, overcoming hardship, all of these sort of things, people. The beautiful thing and the scary thing about life is what I've learned in my 26 years. It goes on, and it goes on. So yeah, man, if you're not where you want to be, I know I'm not. We keep pushing, we keep striving, and one day we'll be thriving, man. But until then, it is what it is. Now, I can't lie, Arsenal on the best of days, you know, the window, started off very optimistically. You're hearing Tellerman's agents chatting to this guy at London, Coley, Arthur Melo, this, the Vlahovic, that, and every other guy I've forgotten now. Obviously, boy, can't even grab a Wijnaldum on loan. It's looking peak for us at this moment. You're seeing Kulusevski and Bentancur looking like they're going to join them lot down the road. Unfortunately, we're going to have to be shameless. Or two players I rate quite highly. I'm going to have to say them man are shit, you know. Obviously, we're on our, you know, we're bleeding. I'm seeing Arsenal fans turning into detectives, tracking cars. Obviously, we're bleeding this window for any sort of encouragement or anything. Isak's the latest one. Allegedly, there's been a bid rejected for Nketiah, while, you know, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang allegedly has an agreement with Barcelona as well. Still no talk in relation to a centre mid. It's not over to the fat lady sings. I hope Edu, or Don Edu, as I'm trying to positively call him, can pull something out the bag from now till this time. Well, not even this time tomorrow. The window will still be kind of very early, but let's hope something can happen. As I said, personally, I will shut my mouth until the end of the window, but it's getting there. You know, it's not over to the fat lady sings, but the vocals are being prepared. She's warming up and there's rehearsals in the backstage. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Unexpected high bills due for those who don't. Obviously, after this, people, we go over to Twitch. Obviously, it's Egypt against Morocco. Are we doing a watch along for such? Make sure you're following me on Twitch anyways, because it doesn't matter if it's football content. It doesn't matter if it's watch alongs, collaborative pieces. You know, I got a, you know, I should have Graham on my on my Twitch channel this week. You don't want to miss anything, people, innit? It is what it is. Let me know your opinions and all of those sort of things, man. It is what it is. First things first, though, you know, I think we've all seen what's developed over the last, I want to say 24 hours. I literally just woke up to seeing it. Listen, you know, it goes without saying, you know, we all know I'm talking about Mason Greenwood. First things first, rape a boy if you're dead. Simple as that, you know, take that how you want. Anyone doing the mazzers to women, you know, women, kids, there's certain things you don't do anyways, but women, kids, the mazzers, you're doing all of that. And it was disturbing. You know, you lot can go and look yourself. First things first, my first thoughts are with the woman, you know, the unfortunate young lady who, you know, not that I'm you know, condoning physical abuse, obviously, for any decent human being that's being condemned, but it's the mental scars, you know, that because of what Green was doing or done to her, or forever how long it's gone, that's cost her a relationship with her next boyfriend, with him, if they, you know, because as you know, emotional damage, domestic abuse, people can't just walk away. There's a lot deeper than it, people. Obviously, even her own family members that happen to be males, even flipping going to Sainsbury's and getting a cashier, she's been robbed of who she is. And, you know, thoughts and prayers are with her. Very disturbing VNs, you know. Mason Greenwood can burn in hell for all I care, really and truly. Again, I guess I have to say innocent until proven guilty. I mean, what more proof do you need? My man's doing the Mazza. He's sounding all mad. Jungle justice is all you need, man. Them man there, fire for them man there. That's all that can be said, really and truly. Disgusting individual. Fuck the fact that he plays for Man United. Fuck his footballing ability. Fuck all of that stuff. You know, human being business first. And obviously, I'm seeing people use it as a dig to get at Man United, a dig to say this young player is better. You know, people are bombarding the young woman's DMs and things like that. Unfortunately, we know there's a lot of variables. You know, the conviction rates for rapists and domestic violence are quite low in comparison to other things. Respectfully, you know, people around Mason Greenwood, money talks, and you know they're gonna look to shut this up and put this under the carpet. And because you know you gotta remember she somewhat loves my man and whatnot to spend them depending on what he's doing, she might even unfortunately feel an element of guilt about which she shouldn't feel about speaking up about this. But you know, I think you know you can go through my Twitter, you can see all of that. Fuck Mason Greenwood, innit? Like, what more can you say, innit? Burning hell for the fuckery you're doing. Simple as that. And, you know, to the very fact that she's recording it, you know that ain't happened. That's not the first time. You know? He did that shit. So fuck him. Pussy or you. What more can you say, man? But yeah, man. Smash the like button, man. Smash the like button, man. Let's move away from all of that, man. I'm not making this about that. We all know what any decent human being feels. Once again, Greenwood, suck your mum through a straw. Simple as that, you pussy. It's disgusting. And all this talk about you're a footballer, you can get any woman you want. You can't get any woman you want in life, because if she says no, no means no. And it's, you know, coercion. I can't even say the word, but coercing people, doing what you're doing. There's all different forms of the fuckery. You know, this just what's the word, man? It just enhances who you are. It just enhances that position and the power you're in. It just enhances who you are and things like that. And you're just carrying on with fuckery. And at 20 years of age, but you fucked it. You fucked it. You're playing for the biggest club in the UK. You know, you're playing for England. You're a fucking professional footballer. Fuck all of that. You should be being a decent human being. And boy, this just tells me he's a spoiled, entitled prick who thinks he can take it whatever he wants from anybody, regardless of if they say yes or no, really. And for me, the VNs were disturbing purely because you want to help, innit? Like you could hear the distress in the poor lass's voice, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like it's quite disgusting, man. Like it's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. So yeah, man. Greenwood, on behalf of every decent human being, suck your mum for a straw. Anybody supporting Greenwood, suck your mum as well. Again, I guess I have to stress innocent until proven guilty, despite compelling evidence. But yeah, man. Fuck that guy, man. Jungle justice for them, man. Hang them up, dash a tire over them, and they simple as that, innit? Disgusting. But yeah, man. Listen, stop the fucking shit jokes about Prison FC, dickhead youths, man. Chris, sorry, you're getting blocked now, man. So you come out of here with this dickhead thing. Anyone would do these bullshit jokes. You lot as fucking weird as Mason Greenwood, man. Where the fuck are you getting jokes from all that bullshit about? Come on now, man. Stop being. I know some of you might be young or whatever, but stop being like. Does it cost anything to be a decent human being, blood? Does it cost anything to not be a piece of shit? Seriously, does it? Like, come on, think about what you're saying. Think about if that was your family. This is why I don't really rate the net, because it lets weirdos and neeks do things, man. Too many of you have gone through life without getting slapped in your face, man, and you deserve the taste knocked out your face because you won't come and do fuckery and say fuckery like that. You know, Chris, suck your mum as well, man, for that nonsense, bro. It's not funny, bro. It's not funny at all. Like, it's not funny, bro. This is something to do with women. Like, I know people were saying it with that YouTuber as well, bro. It's not funny, bro. It's not like man's gone jail for drugs or something, bro. Man are domestic abusing women and fuckery, bro. It's not nice, bro. Stop doing that. Suck your mum, anyone that's on all of that. Listen, do I sound disrespectful? Respectfully, you don't know how disrespectful a guy can get. You know, you do not know. So respect the thing, please. Moving away from that bullshit. You know, thoughts and prayers with the family. In fact, first things first with the lady and then the family. I don't give a fuck about anyone who just cares about football and all of this sort of stuff. That's all I'm going to say on it. Please stop mentioning it. That's it. Fuck Mason Greenwood. That's the timestamp. That's good for Luis Diaz, but over here at Arsenal, we ain't got nothing going on, man. So Luis Diaz, he's a bad boy footballer. Liverpool fans be excited, man. That don't help me, man. I'm just crying for a midfielder. You get me? Is where it is, man. You know, and as I said, Arsenal fans were wetting their pants, man. You know, man's driving a car, man are doing detective work, saying he's near Highbury House. I can't lie, something come out today that said, you know, that car belongs to some other brother called Isak. You know, you can be on holiday, you know, just in. I know it's a peculiar time to pick the UK, but you don't come to the UK for sightseeing. I mean, for the sun, you come for potentially sightseeing, or if you're a young guy with money to go to the clubs. And Adnan Januzaj used to play for Man United. I'm sure he done up all the money scene, but I'm sure him and his brethren and whatnot and all his football friends, they came to the UK at a point. Man said UK, well, to be fair, London's his own world, but they came to London, innit? So you could be there for reasons. We've been here before, man, you know, but Arsenal fans are special, you know. They're looking at the blades of grass with Gabriel tracking Torreira's flight. Sorry. I hope all of you are correct and Isak is landing. But hey, I always say, you know, where is it gone? I think I moved my scarf, people. But until someone's holding the Arsenal scarf, telling me how they looked up to Henry all the time, and I'm seeing, you know, big up Frimpong doing some content with a new signing, then I don't believe it yet, people, you know. And Isak, but it comes down to release clause or it's not happening, innit? If you're Real Sociedad, money talks. And if Arsenal, it doesn't have to necessarily be the release clause, but if Arsenal put an attractive offer, you're not going to turn it down. The problem is time is running out, you know. It's the release clause or nothing. You've got to remember, Sociedad are doing what they're doing with their season, and they're not exactly flying high, really. So they want to get it back together. Isak helps them with such people. And you're going to need to give them time to get a replacement. Where even if we turn this around and even if we sign fucking Neymar and Messi, I'm not going to cap, but, you know, I would cut the club a bit of a blight. But regardless, it's just been a momentous fuck up. It's shown our naiveties, our incompetence, our adaptability, because, you know, I'm sure Edu Arteta, they tried to get people in the first week of January. But as you know, twists and turns, bumps and bruises happen. And football's harsh, much like is the results in the Premier League. I don't really care. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm not a fan of any of these individuals, you know, in the sense of I've got no allegiances to you. I don't care. It just needs to happen. You know, you find solutions. There's several players, literally thousands of players. Whether they're good enough to look at to play for Arsenal is another thing. But you could have, by all means, your Vlahovic, your Isak, these household names somewhat. But then you could surely you've done a scouting thing. Same way you found Lokonga and these guys. Is there a young striker or centre mid? You've known the work that needed to be done since the summer. It was all Tammy and Laturo in the summer. It's all Vlahovic and Isak and Jonathan David now. Centre mid only seems to come about when, you know, there's a mad injuries. That's the only time I saw aggression with Ruben Neves links, Douglas Luiz links for things to happen this window. All the other things with Telemans in the summer, this, that, and the third people. The only good thing we've done, in my opinion, at this moment in time is say, Leno, you know what, you're coaching here until the end of the season. That's the only thing. It's not over to the fat lady sings, but it's disappointing, which could have given you a boost and a push, especially because we've probably got a starting. I'd say we've got a first choice 9, not an 11. Like I've got 9. I think we're missing a midfielder in the middle of the park and we're missing a striker. Again, it's difficult to do these things, but I think, you know, supplementing the squad could have been to our benefit and could have given us a push. And obviously, fair enough, I keep saying it, I don't necessarily care about Torreira, Guendouzi, Maitland-Niles, all of these guys, Marie, Chambers, all of these guys leaving. We need a clear out. They're not good enough, but it's in January. You know, now with Chambers going, you've only got 3 fit centre halves, first choice centre halves in that first team. And then you're going to have to pull Tomiyasu over there. So then what happens at right back? Obviously, you've got Cedric. You know, you let Ainsley Maitland-Niles go. Not that I'm saying he's the answer in midfield, but in terms of a body, you've let yourself down. And we're playing in one comp, but I think we've not learned up until this point what we're doing, really. So we're going to have to see, man. We'll get into the news and that in a minute. But yeah, man, definitely clutching at straws. You lot caught the dancing. To be fair, I was listening to MT4's new song. It's a mazza. 11 p.m. Shout to you lot. I shout to the Zimbabweans, man. Big up you lot. Not confident on us signing no one. Bro, hope and pray, man. Pray and hope, man. If you're Muslim, pray. If you're Christian, pray. If you're Sikh, Hindu, whatever, pray. Even if you're bloody atheist, pray. Everything. We need everything. Pray to your God or gods, whatever religion, man. Just pray. Even if you do voodoo and something, bro, do your thing. Well, you lot do the thing, not me. I don't do the Obi thing, but you lot do. Just make something happen in it. Don't they do, please, man? We need something. What's good, DG? Elliot Richardson said there won't be major signings this window. Arsenal are finished. I don't know who that Donny is. You know, I don't. Respectfully, he might be right. I'm sure he's more informed than me. But last time I checked, he's not the technical director. He's not the manager. He's not at Arsenal Football Club. You know, in the same way, if you remember when Emre stepped into this job, when, you know, Chambers has left, and there's a couple other examples. Sometimes this club does random shit and you don't see it coming. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying, I'm going back to my main point. I will shut my mouth until the end of the window. And it's getting to that time to start talking. I am nervous. I am panicking and things like that. Come on. bro. If listen, I'm not listen. Fuck that, done, man. Please, people, please. Like, I don't ask you for nothing, but just a lie now, man. Please. We've spoken about certain individuals. Just like, man, carry on with the football thing, man. Well, you know what? Listen, if he's this innocent until proven guilty, but once again, you know, if the evidence is pretty compelling, you know, commiserations to your G, but you can hear him abusing the lady, you can see the marks and all these sort of things. So fuck him. But yeah, you like man. Just like man. Yeah, moderators. Anyone bringing this bullshit up again? Anyone making jokes? Anyone prison FC? Anyone mentioning that madman YouTuber who's got bagged on the similar stuff? Block, man, because this is a safe space. And for me, anyways, there's women in the, like you always see. There's women in the chat as well. So like, man, it costs nothing to be a decent human being. I'm not gonna lie. I'd love to thump some of you lot up, you know, for some of these comments. I can't lie that, you know, when things around women, it does affect me. I'd love to just punch up some of these guys in the comments. Anyways, boy, if you into the sacrificing your chickens, man. Big fan from India, DG. How you doing? I'm good, man. I've woken up blessed. I've got my health. I've got my, you know, I got you lot rocking with me. You know, bit of a struggle waking up. I had a mad night still, but yeah, man. I mean, if you want to take it there, is voodoo necessarily bad? You know, when you think about it, you know, definitely us that have been born in the UK or America, you're taught that is meant to be demonized, it's evil and things like that. And I'm not saying I do any of that, but it's a very Western way of portraying things, you know. Is it necessarily? There's a lot of unlearning I had to do about a lot of stuff, man. Would you take Douglas Luiz? Yeah, but it seems like Spurs are on it, man. It seems like Spurs are there. Well, they might leave him alone because Kulusevski and all them things there, man. I mean, that was Ivan Gazidis who said that, Dominic. That's why I'll allow him for a sec. Hopefully, Arsenal's making something happen, but I don't know. You know, I love my Jamaicans, them. Come on, you lot. Come on. My Beiges too. What do you mean? Listen, I hear you. You know, I'm not digging into no negativity, but you know, I wear my heart on my sleeve, bro. And there's very few things are more important than football. What we just spoke about moments after is, so again, it's coming straight from the heart, man. There's nothing to listen. You know me, I don't hide nothing. You know, it is what it is. These are real life people are going through real life things, and you know, it is what it is. Not everyone can talk and get out of these situations, man. Anyways, away from that fuckery, man. Please stop mentioning that now. I'm feeling great, man. Shout out to the members, moderators, subscribers. Obviously, people, the good times are not done because after this, 2:30, Egypt versus Morocco is at 3 p.m. UK time. I'll be live on Twitch doing a watch along half an hour before, so naturally that's 2:30. You know, if my maths is spot on, your maths can be spot on. Shout out to everyone who's been at my Ivory Coast versus Egypt watch along, Gambia versus Cameroon yesterday, all the other stuff as well. So make sure you're there. Make sure you're hitting the like button. 2 players, DG, watch the space. I hope so, bro. But right now I just need one, bro. Right now I just need one. Wait. I don't know what we're on, what we're doing, man. I'm shook, man. I'm shook. Listen, that's great for Liverpool, man. Liverpool got Diaz, you know. Pardon me. Spurs seem to be grabbing some signings. I don't know if United fans would have liked a midfielder or not, but it seems like they need to do some outgoings. I'm sure Chelsea would have liked to have done some business, maybe at centre half, but we needed it. For me, midfield, you know. I hope something's going down. I hope right now Edu is doing something. I hope Edu's got a fat cigar. There's a barbecue going. I hope there's something, man. Isak flying out to Dubai. What, he's on a Bedina thing? I don't know, man. Listen, he could be linking up with Arsenal. He could be doing the rapper thing, man. All them rappers got there to make songs. Did you see Digga the other day? He could be appearing in them videos. I wouldn't say we're finished, but we've, you know, as much as, you know, our season looks like we're self-inflicting problems even more on top of what we have. Let's get into this transfer stuff anyways, man. For what it's worth, though, Arsenal outcast Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang agrees loan transfer with Barcelona, but Catalan Giants insist Ousmane Dembele must leave before the deal is completed. Now, I mean, some of you are saying probably, you know, should we grab Ousmane Dembele? I mean, he'll only be fit for 3 games this season, but he'll be doing saucy stuff with it, so I'm all for it. He's man them as well. I mean, we've been knowing this. 1 minute, Aubameyang's got agreement with Barca, agreement with Juventus, and for what it's worth, apparently Atletico are saying if we quickly go ahead. Apparently, I don't want to read this because ain't no one trying to talk about Morata no more. But apparently, Atletico won't let him join Barcelona. So if you won't join Barcelona, Juventus trying to get rid of you. Sure, you know, Spurs, I don't know if they're onto him now. They're doing other things and they've held on to Kane. Newcastle, again, for respectfully, man are not going to sign there if they don't know, you know, unless there's some serious get out clauses. That tells me Morata's at a free hit. So are we patterning a midfielder and Morata on loan, in which we spoke about yesterday? I'm not necessarily against Morata, and it's not about it being inspiring. It's just he's going to be here for 4 months. He's 29 years of age. He clearly just stays at these elite clubs and wants to go back to Spain and play for Xavi. And he'll probably revisit that in the summer. Where's his commitment? Now, you know, his fellow countryman Arteta, he's got a platform to play. All these things would make man try play well. But again, it doesn't scream longevity. I would rather us, even though it would be overspending, activate Isak's release clause, because at least there'd be light at the end of the tunnel. Isak can be a bad boy striker, but it might not be today, man. So it is where it is. But that's going slightly ahead. So yeah, man, you know, Aubameyang's agreed, basically has an agreement with Barcelona. Can't imagine personal terms, etc. a problem. We've got to remember the end of the deadline is tomorrow, so we're getting quite there, really and truly. You know, Barca are playing, you know, a game of chess with Dembele and his contract. According to Gerard Romano, Aubameyang has agreed in principle to sign for Barcelona on loan. His transfer is hanging on Dembele. And I'm sure he ain't going to cut us no favors, but don't play for Arteta, fam. It's a myth, bro. Don't do that. Spurs getting rejected by non-league players. I'm sour just because I see they're signing Kulusevski. Gonna have to start calling him shit, unfortunately. So that's that. I mean, I don't want to keep going over it, but I'm sure if there's any tonic or Hennessy for Arsenal fans, at least Cassano thinks we should have. Again, I ain't read the whole article, but at least he thinks Vlahovic should have signed. Bro, like, man, listen, Van Damme, I like you because you're here all the time. Stop the fucking prison FC jokes. It's not funny, fam. It's not funny. Like, it's not funny at all. Fuck anything like that. Because you're here all the time, you know, allow you. Next one, clipping, please, people. We ain't got time for bullshit. It's not funny, bro. It's not funny at all. If someone did that fuckery to your sister or whatever, you're going to laugh. You're not going to do it. Or your mum, you're not going to laugh. So fix up. I don't know if you lot are children or teenagers, or some of you are probably grown men. Pattern up, because life will humble you. You have these negative thoughts. You find funny things with negativity, bro. Life's going to slap you. And if not, I hope I could slap you lot, but I can't. You lot, the internet's you lot's playground. But Cassano blasts his new Juventus signing Dusan Vlahovic for sensationally wrong decision in rejecting Arsenal for Juventus giants and brand striker, a second-tier player despite amazing goal stats. And I'm sure any Arsenal fans who like bad mind stuff, that's him. But Cassano, can't lie, I'd only be taking advice from you if it's how not to do my career. But he's claimed he's made a wrong decision. Juventus will not change with Allegri, neither next year or in 10 years. In my opinion, Vlahovic is sensationally wrong. For the type of player I think he is, he needed to make an intermediate step to a team like Arsenal, Tottenham or Sevilla, who signed Martial. Like, hey, yo, Cassano, I hear you, but you get me, Arsenal and Sevilla, put our thing a bit higher and then Spurs, like that. For me, you know, he's always been a second-tier player. Right? We're second-tier clubs, right? Cassano. All right, next one we got to fight, man. So yeah, Cassano, you know, he's vexing it, but yeah, my man's their new number 7. Fuck him, innit? Isak, though, for you lot who are detectives, you know, he's been spotted, you know, shopping, raving, and then a car, people. It's crazy though. You just think he's some any other Londoner. I can't lie. I was about to say, is this done? But like, I thought he had one of them friends there. It's Adnan Yanniseh. Hey, man, I don't want to see grown men bopping around in my face. But anyways, Arsenal fans urged to investigate Tupac murder after uncovering secret Alexander Isak transfer by tracking number plate. He was spotted in London. Fans are convinced he's on his way to the Emirates. It's very dangerous to get 2 and 2 and make 10. And I hope to be wrong, but listen, don't do it to yourselves. He, as you know, he's been heavily linked, mainly more so because of, you know, failed pursuit of Vlahovic. He was filmed at the Good Egg in Soho after arriving in London. Accompanying the video, Isak to Arsenal. Other Arsenal fans went and done a tracking thing. You know, Isak's new car was registered in Jan 2020 in London. And this is where it was parked, which isn't far from Arsenal. Where again, yeah, man, it sounds great and that, but I'm sure if we skip ahead a bit, obviously, that's what we use for the thumbnail. Shout out now, Arsenal. Sociedad are facing the final 48 hours of the window calmly, both inside the club and the players' camp. Tranquility prevails. In the face of a late hypothetical offensive by Arsenal, they will hold firm and refer to the full 90 million euros release clause. So it's that or nothing. But then when you look at it, where is it? I can't even find it, people. But somebody said that this car is registered somewhere else. Like this car belongs to some other brother. So yeah, man, it's very dangerous to get 2 and 2 and get a million in it, people. But for what it's worth, allegedly Arsenal are continuing to negotiate with Real Sociedad to finalize the transfer of Alexander Isak. Smash the like button if you haven't, people. So I don't know. I do think Arsenal fans are special, though. You don't want to be in problems with Arsenal fans. They will find you. Like they will find you. Arsenal fans, you know, I can't lie, Arsenal should probably employ these Arsenal fans for some jobs, man. You know, man are tracking planes, tracking grass, tracking family members. You know, it is where it is, really and truly. Where else are we? So yeah, that's Isak. Oh, the screen. Sorry, folks. The screen went. But yeah, as you look can see, this is just reiterating the same old thing. My man's in London, enjoying himself with his Don Adnan Januzaj. I don't think Januzaj's going to do us no favors. Maybe he's heading to United. He signed for United in my Football Manager save. So yeah, man, he got 17 goals this time last season. I don't think he's quite as prolific as that right now, but it is where it is. On that, apparently Arsenal have turned down another bid from Crystal Palace for Eddie Nketiah, people. Tired of speaking about Eddie. If I'm honest with you, you know, he's not good enough for all of this airtime from DG. I'll be real. But Arsenal have reportedly turned down a second offer from Crystal Palace for Eddie Nketiah. As you know, we know his contract's running down. According to Sky Sports, Crystal Palace have been pushing the hardest to coax Eddie Nketiah away from the Emirates as Patrick Vieira looks to strengthen his attacking options at the midway stage of the campaign. The report claims Palace's latest bid for Nketiah was swiftly rejected, even though it remains to be seen if the Eagles will test Arsenal's resolve with a third offer before the January window. And the thing is, you should sell him because he's out of deal with contract and that, but can you sell him because you've got no one else? I said it yesterday. At this point, surely you're better off just going for a goal scoring winger and just slap Martinelli up front, and it is, and just you keep using Lacazette is what it is until then. Shout out to Balogun who came off the bench and got an assist for Middlesbrough yesterday, people. If I'm Eddie personally, I'm running down my deal until the end of the season. But then if I want football, I'm leaving now. And I said yesterday, you know, Eddie needs to go somewhere he's going to play. Probably needs to accept he's a rotation option until further notice, people. What's all of this about? I think what's the date today? This is yesterday. Apparently, Leeds are looking at Eddie Nketiah as well as Newcastle. But yeah, for whatever reason, my man's still at the club doing these shit goal celebrations. I say shit goal celebrations. They're never there, are they? But yeah, I think that's literally it. People, there ain't too much going on. Obviously, it's not really going too well for Reiss Nelson over there at Feyenoord, people. Their boss has said he admits he was hoping for a higher yield from Arsenal loanee this season. He barely featured for his club in the first few months. You know, he's doing what he can, and he's only played 532 minutes. He's only had 3 league starts, and I hope he gets an opportunity. But I wouldn't say last chance saloon, but you was kind of helping. He really would pull up some trees, and he hasn't done that really and truly. He has had injuries and things like that. I still believe Nelson could be a squad player, but time passes everyone, man. Probably needs to leave, settle down roots. He's only got 3 starts. He's only got 1 goal, 1 assist to his name. The talent is there, but what Reiss struggles with is creating big chances for himself or his teammates. Exactly. So he's someone that needs a lot of one-to-one help, and there is a player there. You see a lot of skill, speed, and agility, but the final push is still missing. Then it's just not a finish or just not an assist. The most difficult thing in football is to get the best out of your player. And if you play for Feyenoord, where you often end up in a promising position as a winger, you expect a higher yield. I don't think he's much of a goal scorer anyways. I don't see him doing that much in training either. Fucking hell. But at Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga, he scored 7, and that's excellent. And it is. But I was telling you, look, I was doing a live stream. A lot of people were waffling about Reiss Nelson over there in Germany. And I was saying, all right, he scored, but he didn't have the best of games. Or sometimes he didn't score and he done amazing. They didn't learn the same bullshit that they were doing with Joe Willett. You can still be a decent player. You know, you're not the finished article, but it's looking like your time might be done here, even though, you know, Hayland, I'd like him to get an opportunity. I did notice that against NEC, he looked for his direct opponent when he had the ball, which is lacking in the game against Vitesse. I think Reiss is much more of a preparer than a finisher. I'm convinced he'll show he can do better. He can. But yeah, man, obviously, I think Nelson just needs confidence, man. And I think if he goes somewhere, he could settle down roots for a minute, he'd get that. So we hope he develops, man. But yeah, it is what it is. Isak in London, Nketiah bid rejected. Boss wants more from REISS. Nelson, and that's our timestamps, folks. No one cares about you lot and your replay value more than, man. Let me scroll all the way up, people. Again, what are you lot saying? I can't lie, man. Can't really see no other transfer stuff. You know, I'm begging to see. Lie to me, Sky Sports. At this moment, just tell me something. Just say there's some hope for Arthur. Just lie to me. Just let me be comforted by some lies now, man. Shout out to Arsenal for the outgoings, though. You know, can never have it all the way, can ya? Is where it is. This is happening. They're probably filming a promo right now. Naji, this car is registered in Jan 2020. The pick from 2015 with a different car. This is definitely Alex's car. I hear that, man, but bro, just sign for the club, innit? Like, I'm not putting my heart through it. I don't care about all the peripheral stages and things like that. Like, just the scarf now, man. The scarf. Just the scarf. Like, just the scarf. Just hold up the scarf next to Edu and Arteta. That's enough for me. I'll leave you lot to do the detective thing, man. Would be a big tease for us Arsenal fans if he's just in London shopping when being linked to us and nothing's happening in the end. But let's hope not. Harvey, let's hope not, man. Chamak was shit. No, I'd rather us just play with no one. Give Sociedad Pepe and get Ojarabal. He's a real superstar at the club. I'm still waiting for Ojarabal to play to a higher level, if I'm honest with you. I'm sure we're all scared we're not signing anyone. Cassano was a baller. I guess he loved all the off-field antics more than the potential. Bring up the Cypriots locked in as well, man. Tatsoba would be good, but I think the next centre half that is going to come in, and you know, can we just get a decent one that ain't going to cost too much? Obviously, if you can find quality, you know, if you can find a young Ruben Dias, then by all means. But I think personally, with Saliba, assuming he comes back, can we find someone that's maybe 26, maybe cost a little 15 million, can step into the first team when required? Everything Marie was designed to do, but obviously not levels for. Obviously, it's easier said than done, man. I hope the knock is different, man. Mate, gotta go to sleep. Please, no, I only want you to succeed. DG night. Hey, big up yourself, man. Sleep dreams, safe dreams, or whatever the phrase is. It's Isak's car. Stop acting. I hope it is, bro. I hope it's his car. But we've been here before, man. Arsenal fans got horny when Al was in London. So I hope there's something. But you know, we've been reaching this whole window. So I hope so. But I'll let you lot do all the Marvel character things and watching the whole developments of the stories in the parallel universe. I just want to see the finished product. I want to go on Sky Sports. He's holding the shirt. That's all I care about. Until I see any of that, boy, it's a myth. So let's hope so. And it would help. It would help Arteta and Edu. So much talk for a meaty player. A bit harsh. I don't think Isak's meaty. I do think Arsenal fans are going to put unrealistic expectations on a player that can be amazing, but like Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and all these guys, still developing. And I think it's going to be a tough introduction for him. You know, I can't say you're going to score goals forever. Even the best players in this league go through droughts. But I'd rather that than when we're linked with Diego Costa or Morata. These things that I know in your chest, in your heart, you don't want to do. You don't want to sign these men. You don't. And for me, with Morata, like, it don't make sense. There's 600 of you locked in. We still ain't got 200 likes, people. Can we get to 200? We're at 172. So close, yet so far. No sign for Arsenal. Trust me. I never trust someone that says trust me, man. Isak best striker. I don't know about that. David, Isak. I can't lie. I'd rather Isak than that. But yeah, man. This is hey. To be fair to you, you know, Saka and Smith Rowe goes to clubs all the time. Saka, there's nothing wrong with it. It don't mean you're more or less professional if you go to a rave, man. David's clear of Isak. I don't know about that, but fair play. Isak is gonna happen, not gonna lie, bro. If it's gonna happen, bring it, come. But then even that, like, do you want Isak? Or do you know, I know you sit here and say, oh, he's as high up, he was as high up as Vlahovic in terms of what Arsenal want. We've scouted him for a while. Obviously, the Odegaard and Isak partnership. Yo, Isak, you want to come here? I'm here for it. I want Isak, but I can't put my heart through this, bro. Like, sign, man. You know, we did this with Partey, and for me, do you want, again, even though I hear he's high on the scouting list and stuff, do you want Isak because you believe Isak's the guy, or are you just scrambling to save face? Because I don't want us to sign someone who, you know, we sign guys that might be, you know, like Pepe, one of the best players for that 18 months just in Europe, doing his thing at that moment. Then we sign him, or we sign Lacazette, or even to a degree Aubameyang. It's like we sign, man, and then we try work out what we're going to do with them. If you know that Isak can score the goals for you long term, short, medium, and long term, can give Arteta what he wants in terms of dropping deep and things like that, can spearhead this attack and help to solidify the spine of this team, then I'm all for it. You know, you'd have, is again, we've got to remember there's all resale value and some are not going to be here forever. But I would love to sit here and say, all right, boom, Isak, it might not happen tomorrow, but at one day when this project goes boom, like Arteta said, it could be lit. You know, you've got Odegaard there, Isak there, all got resale value. Like I said, Saka and Smith Rowe doing their things, popping around. Martinelli in the cut. Obviously, to a degree, you know, just in terms of the squad, you've got Gabriel, Lokonga, Tomiyasu, Tini, Ramsdale, all these guys that are not too old that can be built into something. You've got a young sort of manager. If he's not levels, then and he goes, then hopefully someone else that can get more of a tune and more consistency comes in. But I don't know. I hope it does. I hope there's something. It feels like there's too calm with us, and I think there is a chance it could happen, but I don't know. I'm not no transfer man. I don't know what we're doing in it, so I don't know, man. And on one hand, I don't believe in coincidences, but when it comes to Arsenal, I definitely do. So yeah, man. Man said, hey DG, hope you're good, my guy. We have a lot of fans thinking Isak is here to sign. No one else is Januzaj. Right up, man. It's overpaying 100%, man. 100%. Look at the stats. I think I prefer Isak over him, if I'm honest with you. Because we didn't bid for Bruno. Shout out to Newcastle. That's a coup for them. Shout out to Liverpool once again for Luis Diaz. But it's irrelevant to man what they're doing, respectfully. You know, they signed a big boy player, but apart from that, that's my opinion on Luis Diaz, man. Ain't got nothing to do with it. What a name. What a username. DG, time for you to sign Isak on FM. He's at United, bro. Nat Phillips available. I rate respect you. Try to shot it. DG, what do you think will happen to our season if we don't sign anyone? But mixed bag of stuff. You know, you might go on a little run. You might go on a, you know, we've gone through little runs of, well, right now we're still in a run of negative form. Went through a good run. I probably falter away, really. Any little opportunity you had of rewriting the season and, you know, what we've done well, clawing our season back and getting ourselves into a platform where we could talk about fighting for top 4/top 6. I think you still have to do it, but I think we would look back at January, or for me last summer, and just look back. And for all I could criticize the players, I'd always criticize the Kroenkes. I think Arteta and Edu, you've shown naiveties around squad planning in all aspects. You've betted on them midfielders where you keep saying Xhaka and part of the guys, where that's not a certified midfield. You know, you've probably had to overplay Lokonga because that's what you keep saying. You've not got enough bodies, and you know, we're down to our bare bones. I don't care that people have been let go, but you're letting people go and not bringing people in. To me, as a fan, again, the fat lady ain't sung, the window's not closed. This just screams naivety, borderline stupidity, and ultimately is why, you know, it would be self-inflicted as to why we wouldn't have a season to remember, or a season where we've had positivity. You don't go to London just to buy a Rolls Royce when on a weekend trip. Prob's more likely if you just pen the motor contract deal with Arsenal. Let's hope so, man. But I'm not gonna fight you, detectives. If you don't think he signed, he signed. If you don't, you don't. I don't know why he's bought a car. I don't know if that's his car. Is what it is. To be honest, I don't care if it's his car. Like, just sign the man. Like, sign the man or not, and then we can talk about things. Really, you didn't listen. You don't need to be a top tier defender to be a decent squad option. And I just gave 15, 20 million as an example. I mean, the Wijnaldum stories are gone. I suppose anything can happen. I don't give a fuck about Mason Greenwood. Stop talking to me. You know, unfortunately, Dominic's talking to me about this youth. We need to get Ruben Neves or Douglas Luiz. Yeah, we do. But then, you know, Villa might be open to selling him. You look at Basuma, you look at Douglas Luiz, and you look at my man. These clubs might be open, but they've got to find replacements, and you've left it long. I'm not sure about dropping the release clause on him. They'll rather play Martinelli, certainly, and give Pepe some time on the left if we can't fix things with Oba. I hear it. Boy. Isak is a baller, but for 70 million for magic word potential. Exactly. And as a United fan, again, you know, that you know better than me, and you kind of can sympathize because that sees you spend mad outlays on Luke Shaw, on Martial, and people of this nature, and everyone else does it. You know, potential is this big buzzword, is scary, and it's about realizing potential. You know, what we need, don't tell me about Isak's strengths. Tell me about his weaknesses. We know he can link up play. We know he might be slight of build, but you know, he can make runs off the striker. He obviously can score goals. He can drop deep. What's his weaknesses? So don't tell me about his strengths. What's his weaknesses? Because how's he going to get better? He's 22 or something, 20, 21, 22. He's not the finished article, is he? Even Haaland, as Haaland's probably the most complete young player there is. If you really was to microscope him and pull him under the microscope, and if he goes to Real Madrid, you're going to see human elements. You're going to see, oh, maybe he, you know, he does this wrong, he does that. Tell me what he's good and bad at. That's the only way to improve a man. And our dynamic is not signing finished product players. When we do, we literally find finished, keyword finished. When we do, we sign finished players, Cedric, William, etc. We're not going to sign serious finished guys. You know, the days of Alexis are probably gone unless these things can become available. So I need to know at this club, what is he good and bad at? Don't just do what we do and just, all right, you're a talented player, buy him. All right, stick him up front. It's all going to happen. You're going to need, assuming he signs, you're going to need to give him time to adapt. You're going to need to give him time to develop physically. You've got to remember he's left one country and joined another. You've got to remember he's joined the team mid-season. He's going to have to adapt. The man's going to be, with every good game and bad game, going to be scrutinized almost to a degree. If you're real, kind of set up to fail if he joins in January, really and truly, because there's going to be unrealistic expectations. Fans are clinging on with a little bit of hope. And fans will do it because they gassed up Balogun. Respectfully, I told them, Balogun ain't played 10 games yet. You know, let the man develop before you make these hot takes. Man are like, no, he's the guy. He's better than this. He's better than that. Play him. Man are shocked that a guy that's not been exposed to first team football is struggling physically and speed of foot. He's overrated. The hot takes, man. The hot takes is what kills football. The hot takes. And, you know, fans are clinging for a bit of hope. And Isak could be that. And yeah, man, you get where I'm going with that is. PR during Edu's appointment was that he's a linchpin for South American-based players. They don't know, my man. I don't know why we ain't got out. Julian Alvarez is going to City. Diaz, who's done well in the champs and gone to Liverpool, or Guimaraes. I don't know, man. You heard he wanted Guimaraes for time. Schick is the bomb. I don't know about that. Isak is overrated, in my opinion. I think Edu is gone in the summer. The border blocking transfers. He approved Sports DG. I don't know, because you could say that happened with Arteta. Edu ain't. It's not them. We ain't got them technical directors who are just gonna. You know, at some clubs they just sign man, and a manager don't necessarily know, and you have to kind of work with it to a slight degree. You've seen that. I don't think that's us. I think Arteta is sanctioning players, in which I think he said I think the Alpha Melo one was one that was blocked. He said, you know, I like Alpha Melo. Edu's gone with his counterpart. They finally got to an agreement for 18 months, and they sat there and said no. The board said no for whatever reason. So you could say that is Edu, and I think if it came to it, they'll clip Edu before Arteta and persist with him. But you could say both of them, because they could turn around and say, boom, Arteta, you spent bare peas, you know, 200 million or whatever since you've been here. You know, we ain't really seen much. We've seen little good and bad moments. There's a lot of propaganda, but we ain't seen much. You championed a new contract for Aubameyang and probably told us his mentality, all these things are good. Lo and behold, you know, a couple of months later, it's time to clip it. So they might be thinking, yo, all right, we have backed you. And I have sympathy if their moves are being blocked in the window. But at the same time, like I said yesterday, these men knew what it was when they came to this club. They knew this weren't the REISS. They knew they'd have to kind of be thrown spanners in the works and have to finesse a thing. That's why I think we should have got a more experienced technical director who can, you know, pull a bit more magic tricks. But who knows, man? Donadu might be on something. Boy. Whether we fan base agree on a fee for Isak, any player is worth what someone is willing to pay. And with our striker issue, if it's 75, it's 75. I mean, it's not my money, so I don't care. But you could say Arsenal can't win. They activate that. They say they're panicking, they're scrambling. They don't do it. They lack ambition. Obviously, just because you've got money to spend, I think that was economically, that's a dangerous way of looking at things. You're not going to pay £50 for a price of bread and say that's the price of bread, are you? I have people telling me Isak is only good on international G. I don't know why they told you that, but you should draw your own conclusions. But Europe, if you can't get top 4, you need to be in the Europa League. I'm not talking about the Conference League. You can still love Eddie. We all love Eddie, but I love my football club more. I love trying to get us back to where we used to be more, and Eddie can't help us with that at this moment in time. Like Isak has more chances of landing headers than Lacazette. That's great, but we'll probably stop crossing the ball. I can't lie, man. You could say it's overpaying, and it probably is, but at the same time, I don't give a fuck. It's not my money. Like it's obviously indirectly affects me, but deep down, it's actually not. When I deep, it's not my piece. Like it's obviously if we're spending money on the club and whatever, it's not my piece. Like, all right, it's a zang. You're overpaying, but at the end of the day, man, I have to get over it. Of course, you would like the right price, but it's not my piece. I don't give a shit really when I sit there and deep about it. Of course, he could be overpriced and all these things, but myth, man. Where does this love Arteta has for Eddie come from? I don't get, because he's probably a good lad in training. I mean, there is some ability. If he likes the guy, he likes the guy, in it. But it's when it's at the detriment to our club is where the problem is. And for all his love and convincing Eddie to stay, bro. Eddie's played 50 minutes in the league. If you're Eddie, respectfully, you don't believe a word. I wouldn't believe a word Arteta's saying. You can gas me in training all you can, but when it's time to play, man's got 55 minutes for all the striking for thingies. So that tells me keep it moving. That's why, rightly so, Eddie's turning down deals. Why he's turning down Palace and these things, I don't know. But if I was him, I would run down my deal. I've said that from the summer. I don't know how I found this channel, but I like it, even though I'm a Man City fan. Blaze, I appreciate that. And to be fair, whether you support Man City, Arsenal, Spurs, lol, can't imagine any of you do. We're fans of the game first, football second. Obviously, we have banter, we slag each other's clubs off, but there's a time and a place, and we're here to talk football first, and then them things there. So yeah, man. Mainly his weaknesses are mental issues. He seems prone to lose confidence and not being relaxed enough to finish his actions efficiently. He needs more composure and strong mental, but I have to see, man. Arsenal really missed out on Cabal. They're not serious. I mean, who said we was there for him? Right off top 4 now, or take the 75 million gamble, because we're not getting top 4 with 2-goal lacquer and no Eddie. And this is the thing, he shouldn't have never been in this position. Like, never in this position. It's a big shame about Aubameyang. I liked him as well, but I like my football club more, bro. Like, let's move towards 300. Are the proven players a problem or the inexperienced manager? Probably a bit of both. It's not just Arsenal's success or failure is not just hinging on one particular case. Multiple routes, multiple things can live in one realm. I think the experienced players are bottling it at this football club, and I think there is some good with Arteta, but there's some, youthful naiveties he's displaying as a gaffer. It's never just one reason. I'm not here for the Kroenkes, but I can't say we're here where we are today just because of the Kroenkes. They played a massive part. They're the owners of the club, and there's been a consistency, but they're not the only reason. I can't say everything where we're at this moment in time since Arteta's came in is all on Arteta. He's played a part, good and bad. I know people live in a gender world, but yeah, man. You talk a lot of sense. Careful, you're either, you're not so deluded or you are deluded. I'd rather get a pound for both times because, opinions are opinions. They're subjective, man. I don't know why man are talking like Isak is done. I hope we see something, man. And again, man, assuming we're the only club in London. Like I said yesterday, bro, Palace and them man are there as well as West Ham and the Spuds. So I hope it's for us, but I don't know, man. I hear that, but does that mean we shouldn't aim to be back in the Champions League? Why not go for us, man? I mean, depending on what day it was, we was allegedly doing that, but isn't the thing. And to be fair, he's cheaper. But again, Isak has a release clause. So their hands are kind of tied. I don't reckon we'll pay the release clause because there's no. I shout my guy H, man. Appreciate you, Aaron. I mean, I don't know, man. Desperation makes you do things, innit? Because if we look around, what it looks like the Jonathan David thing, someone who looked like they're angling for a move. Maybe they're sitting on their hands to the summer. Vlahovic thing didn't bang. You know, what else is there? Isak, is you activate his release clause or make them an unbelievably good offer and you do it quickly, or that's a myth. What other strikers are there? Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Everton are fighting relegation. Are they going to let him go at this moment in time? You know, Villa, Gerrard's just got in the door. He's trying to do his thing. You know, there was talk he wanted to bring a striker in. Is he going to let a striker go? Like, it's mad, you know. I do personally think, you know, if you wanted to, you could, I think Basuma could leave if you put down money for him. I think Douglas Luiz could leave if you put down money. They're contracted until 2023. But I don't think we're doing that. And even with Basuma, I'd love him because we need another number 6. But my biggest regret is like from Partey season when he came in, from last season, and now that number 8, man. I know we need a 6 as well, 2 centre mids, but that 8, you know, Isak is gonna. Even if Isak signed tomorrow, you would see a better my man if there was a number 8. Why? Because Odegaard can stay further up the field, Smith Rowe can stay further up the field. You know, the fullbacks can gamble a bit. I don't know, man. As it's self-sustaining model, it is technically your money. I mean, I ain't got millions. When last did, you know, I buy shirts and things indirectly, you know. It's a bit like taxpayers' money. Indirectly, it's my money, but it's not. You know, I definitely ain't contributed no 70 million. And that's assuming every penny Arsenal gets just comes from fans, where obviously, you know, that's not true. I mean, you have to pay for all good players. No one wants to let good players bust out. Like, no one wants to sell good players, especially at this time of the season. We knew what time it was. Ever since I started watching your channel, my views and opinions on football in general has matured. So thank you for that. Brian, you done that yourself, man. Appreciative for your support on the channel, though. Long watch Everton and Sevilla now. What has my man Van der Beek made that move? I mean, United couldn't even help us out. But Ferguson and Wenger used to be boys. You couldn't just bring us Van der Beek. Man said at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we bought Soldado. Allow me, man. My heart can't take that, man. Would have loved Donny on loan, but guess that was never happening with United aiming for the same spot. He said they'll be stupid. They're not even trying to give Lingard to West Ham. And that's rightly so. But Xhaka let the team down more than Aubameyang. Why is he still there? Even Wenger said that the man can't tackle. I mean, how do you define letting them down? Of course, if we look at what I think you mean, then yeah, he's cost us more points. But in terms of even when he's talked, I don't think you've ever had to doubt Xhaka's integrity for the cause, for the club, for his teammates. I'm not saying you have to doubt Aubameyang's because I don't, but you've never heard Xhaka's commitment around his teammates being questioned. So that's maybe why the problem's there. You know, it's almost like Xhaka's got a problem with the fans. He hasn't got a problem with Arteta. Aubameyang's got a problem with Arteta. That's a completely different one. With the price tag comes expectation and pressure from within the club and fan base. 70 million was also paid for Pepe. No, 70 million in terms of total outlay, which Pepe probably is not going to hit. And you're right. The club has to do their due diligence. And we've already mashed up our rep. DG for Sporting Director. I don't know if I'm cut out for that. When does Aubameyang's contract expire? Next year? Burnley are increasing their diversity quota. Still hope they go down, though. Hey, DG, as much as I want a midfielder, I don't think the club will go for one as we only have one game a week. I agree with you. I think they're going to say, you know what, Xhaka Partey, you might not like new signings. Again, El Nene could be out of Africa Cup of Nations today and he's going to Dubai. You know, when we play Wolves, it's a completely different outlook. So they might say, loud. All right, listen, I don't trust or not trust anything, Eros, man. I trust as far as I can see. You know, when I'm seeing good things, I'll praise it. When I'm seeing, booky things, I'll talk about it. Rise up the likes. Appreciative to everyone who's here. What do you make of Lampard's appointment? Is it confirmed at Everton? Hope he does well because I like Everton as a club, but I just think Gerard, Lampard, apologies, just he's every job he's got, he's not deserved it. Like the game's the game, a benefit of privilege and his uncle's contacts and stuff. But you got the Derby job off nothing, rewarded with failure there by going to Chelsea. Fair enough, you bust the young players when you had no choice, and then the minute you couldn't, you didn't do that. You know, fair enough. It's a good role. When I see man like Gerard staying, I'm not ready. I'm going here. I'm doing this. When I see Rooney, maybe it's the ownership at Everton, but Rooney, Everton as they come, as much as he, when you think of Rooney, you think of United. He's like, nah, man, I'm gonna chill off for a second. If I'm the Derby manager, I'm not gonna lie to you. You couldn't pay me to, you out of there, really and truly. Rooney's chosen to stay at a club where he is saying, I'm calling the president and the owner. He's not answering my phone, but I'm getting the physio's phone and calling him, and he is. Would you want to deal with that nonsense? So I hope Lampard can do a thing. It's Lampard, isn't it? Lampard as a player, I'd want to play for him, brother. It's Lampard, isn't it? But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know for that one. 56. The only issue with forking out 70 million on one striker is that we buy more than one for the same price. Strikers aren't the only issue. At the same time, I hear that, but it is what it is, really. Chelsea spent 90 on Lukaku, and it looks like they're ready to done that off. You have to take the risk, and I do think with the longevity that Isak can provide you, if you can get things right, you can get a tune out of it. It is what it is. Is it overpaying? Of course, but boy, why are we in Dubai warm weather training? Oh, Shaka's not the guy, but yeah, I'm just saying. Lampard got the pool, doing his thing. No, I don't have an opinion on that, my guy. Man said Origi's available. Allow me, man. We don't. To be fair, Origi somehow will be in a cup final and he'll score. We don't need man that are going to score 2 goals. We got Lacazette for that, man. That'll be a bad boy signing for Burnley. But if I'm Origi, I'm just trying to pattern a loan, or if I'm going there, there has to be a serious get out clause. As an Evertonian, I have to say rather Lampard than Vito Pereira. And yeah, I hear that. Your fans were very vocal. I can't lie. His interview was gold though. I mean, for Van der Beek, the first thing is that man has a platform to try kick ball again, and you got to remember in your job, just about being happy. It can't be nice going to. Obviously, it's Man United. Respectfully, I'm an Arsenal fan, but it must be an absolute dream. There's been mad legends. You're playing for Man. You're a professional footballer playing for Man United. That's a privilege. But at the same time, if we strip it all the way back, and you think about going to work where your boss might not trust you, trust being playing football. You're not trusted. It can't be nice. It must fuck with your confidence. And respectfully to Van der Beek, he looks like a soft you already. So it's just going to make it worse. According to the Gazette, Milan are looking at Jonathan David and Isak as possible replacements for Zlatan Ibrahimovic next summer. I can't lie, I'm even pre in the Arsenal, the accounts, them that run the news and that, and the rumours. Wait, I'm not seeing nothing. So I'm just, I'm just trying to take this silence as something's happening in it. But yeah, man. Adnan Januzaj, make it happen, man. I hope something's happening. Obviously, you got to remember, we can be in Dubai, but Edu is staying back. So hopefully that's to deal with transfers, which could be lit, man. Shout out to Luis Diaz. He signed for Liverpool. That's a serious signing, but the graphics are lit. You know me, South American bias. Obviously, I just ask that you don't follow your friends, Jota, Firmino, Mane, Salah. Can you just 2 games for the rest of your career at Liverpool, just 2 games a season, can you just take off? Fair play, man. Commiserations for Vieira, though, man. Lampard's just come in and, yeah, it's an Everton thing. Boy. Fair enough. Apparently, I don't know who Elliot Richardson is, but I'm pretty sure no big signing in Jan for Arsenal. Isak on the radar for the summer. Chance of a deal for the summer. Now, I mean, boy, maybe they're patterning Telemans, and who knows? Isak could have been patterning a signing here, you know, but it could might not be for Jan. Boy, so yeah, hopefully, but like I said, I ain't got the heart for any of this anymore, man. And these Spurs fans can be optimistic about Kulusevski and that. Now we just have to hope everyone signing doesn't bang for agenda purposes. But if no one arrives, I've got no thingy, man. I've got no thing. I've got no. What's the word? What's the word, man? Sympathy, because we're standing in the rain asking why we're wet. Disgusting, man. I can't lie. I need to take a social media break, man. You can't get away with that. You can't get away from this, man. And again, it's a privilege to say that Van der Beek's advisors finessing him, but go on. I don't know, man. Go and research that. I don't know, man. Appreciate that. Edu is our liability only. God knows where we would be with a team with the signings he wanted to get. Love the channel, bro. Hopefully Arsenal can do some business. Eros, I appreciate that. And boy, the second part of that sentence, hopefully, I'm with you, brother. I mean, it is real in terms of Isak was in London, but you know, if you lot want to draw other conclusions, it's up to you. Charlie has said Arteta putting his faith in Xhaka and Nketiah is mind-numbing. Whilst players like Ainsley and Pepe get shifted, hope we get Isak even at a large price. It will inject incitement into the club. I hear you, but at the same time, I don't want excitement. I don't want euphoria. I want, you know, what we're gonna do tomorrow. Really, you know, once you get past that, you know, yeah, you've signed, but what are you gonna do tomorrow? So I don't want excitement. I just want us to make the right decisions. The right decisions in life aren't necessarily exciting, but the hardest thing to do is make them. I mean, Wilshere's there. Look, Bob, Arsenal fans are, bro, dropping knickers for Wilshere wearing number 12, being FBI. We're begging for something, man. We're begging for something. Arteta has handled Aubameyang pathetically. If finances are tight, then why are you messing with our highest paid player and exiling him? Now you can't even negotiate a decent price because of public exile. I think two things. I think inexperience on one hand, but then I also think that tells me that there's no real pressure on your job because Aubameyang is not a goal. It isn't scoring goals, but he's one of the only goal scorers, if not the only thing in that team that can say you're a goal scorer, form or not. If you're not going to sign a striker, you have to use them. I told you, look, when things were going right, you need to be wary of just assuming this Aubameyang, this Lacazette thing is it. You need to use your squad. And in life, you need to be able to use people to get to a common goal, even if you don't necessarily like them. You know, do you think Ferguson, Wenger, Jose, Pep, do you think all the players that you know, they loved him? Do you think he loved all the players? But you've got to know how to play the game. Of course, the Amazon doc probably has a say on it, but I mean, it's too dramatic. Once a player gets linked to Arsenal, it's almost as if it's dead certain it's going to happen according to fans. Bro, it's the media as well, because Arsenal, we get taken around. We'll be linked with, I don't know, Joe Blogg, Simon Smith, my man, and Isak. And then we'll move away from these three, and then it'll just become Isak. And then we'll be like, oh, yeah, we know Isak's mum. We know his advisors. We've spoken about him here. Just like it happened with Bruno Guimaraes, with Buendia, with Shamboslai, with Awa. And then it ultimately doesn't bang. We saying Robbie's gonna be busting out the 1-2 steps again. Boy, shout out to him. Probably. Oh, again, even Mr. Arsenic ain't got nothing for us, man. That's where my hope's gone, man. You're not listening. I just said you're just not listening, are you, my guy? I literally just said Aubameyang is not scoring goals. You know, I literally said that. I'm sorry, I have to block you because I need people that can listen. But once again, I just said the man's not scoring goals. I said the problem is if you cannot fix it externally, then you have to use someone in the squad. What happens if Lacazette gets injured? You've got a player who's keeping it moving in Nketiah. You've got Aubameyang and you've got Laka. Come on now, man. Make common sense. Of course, he's not scoring, but you might have to use him if Laka gets injured or whatever. You're cutting off your nose to spite your face. It's not making sense. In life, people need to stop listening to what they think has been said and listen to what's actually said. If you know me, my pet peeve is not disagreeing with me or whatever. It is what it is. But telling me I've said something that I didn't. I don't give a fuck about me. And respectfully, I love what he's done to the club. I'd love him to get 100 goals. I don't care about Arteta. I don't care about Aubameyang. But it's beyond, you represent, you're representing Arsenal. You're representing Arsenal Football Club. You have my support all the time. But I love my football club. It doesn't mean I'm not loyal to this. Just freeze out Aubameyang because I love Arteta, or just I want Aubameyang, so I'm just gonna hit my man over the head all the time. We need to come to a resolution. By all means, get Aubameyang out, bring someone in. Then that one's gone. But reality is, he's got an agreement with Barca. If you let him go, you've got 2 fit strikers. Barca are trying to get people going. It's not making sense. Yeah, keep blocking people who don't agree with you. Vic, you're hearing what you want to hear. Never said that, but yeah, man, clean your ears out, man. I'll block you as well. King John Moon got nothing on me. Dictatorship business. Suck your mum, man. I'm out here on a Friday. I mean on a Sunday, don't even know. Slightly hungover as well. Bro, got in at 6. Couple hours sleep. And you think I'm going to accept it from you? Vic, you're a prick. But okay, man, I'm not listening. But anyways, man. Listen before you start speaking. Learn to listen and listen to learn, man. Anyways, away from that, man, you know you're doing something, man. So again, people need to allow me, man. They need to allow me. Obviously, as well, don't forget 230 business people. We're going over to Twitch. Big up Sandro, man. I need to get you on my show. I need to get a couple of you in this. Just about planning. I tried to do a little poll thing. How do I make it make sense? I tried to get you. I tried to get a couple other people, and there was gonna be like 4, 5, 6 of us, but a couple man flopped the thing. Listening is, man. Listening is. I guess it's hard to listen when you've got this on and you've got someone go, oh, in the back on the screens and that. Hey, big up the Greek ones. Joe appreciative, man. Hey, can't lie, your display picture's making me jealous. Looks hot around them sides. I don't make this about politics, man. They might cancel, man. Swear you got Greenwood in your FM team. Nah, he rejected, man. I'm happy, boy. I'm happy you rejected, man. Is there a way to delete man out the game? Might have to delete man out the game. Man flopped the man them 100%. 100%. Fuck Mason Greenwood once again. Would you swap Dembele and Aubameyang? I think it's the wrong thing to do, but I would. I know injuries. I'm not gonna say a winger isn't what we need, but a winger isn't necessarily what we need on the face of it. But he's man them, innit? Like he's man them, he's wavy. I've got to be honest, innit? Like I don't like to lie to you. I would, innit? I don't think it's the right thing, but I would 100%, man. We're getting Dembele. Whoa, boy, agendas. Boy, you got agendas. Dembele, do the right thing and go PSG, my guy. But if he wants the bag, that's the club to go to. Boy, Sandra, I'll pre that. Aubameyang situation is so reminiscent of Ozil. But the thing is, Charlie, again, with Arteta. If you listen, because for me, all I saw was Arteta backing Aubameyang from the jump, from the start of the season. Man wanted to get him out the team. The only time I saw Aubameyang, Arteta, I said it. I think Arteta was showing good man management. Like he wasn't going on with how he went with last year, in my opinion. And the only time he turned on him is when you heard this discipline stuff. Now, do I think it to me as a fan, without knowing anything, it does come across as a bit harsh, but I understand it. I sympathize with both of them, but I don't really care. But the thing is, right now, man, Aubameyang's form was dead, so he was already finished. Ozil, on the best of days, man, didn't want to listen to what he said. What happens when eventually, this is, what if it was Aubameyang, the historic Aubameyang that's scoring mad goals? What happens when it's, I'm not saying it's Saka, but if it's a Saka or Martinelli, a Smith Rowe, another guy, a Ramsdale, someone that, you can't just palm them out. We kind of need them. Obviously, right is right. You've got to take a hard line over everyone. If everyone's violating, they've got to keep it moving. But you get the point. Do you rate Pepe? I like Pepe, man. Good, decent little squad player. It is what it is, Similar to Lacazette, I think we have to make peace with the fact that he's not going to be the talisman, but he can be used. Hope he comes back and, Pepe's normally the man for the second half of the season, innit? Normally saves Arteta's bacon. So hopefully that could be done. But Arteta's going to have to, innit? If you don't sign anyone And you know, if the window shuts tomorrow, Aubameyang might be going, Isak might be coming in or whatever. You're gonna have to reintegrate. I don't even want to say reintegrate Pepe because he's been part of the thing in it. But you're gonna have to play Pepe or look to reintegrate Aubameyang. And even if you lot say, you know what, I don't like you anymore. You don't like man. Let's put our differences to the side. Let's do this thing to the end of the season. See where we finish, and then by all means, do your thing. If wherever you want to go, Aubameyang, we'll do our thing. It is what it is. No, it's not my piece. He's on 40 million a year. I don't know about 40 million a year for Dembele, but yeah, man. Second half of the season hype. To be fair, that's what Oli did, and you man got second. You of all people should know, should sympathize with that, man. I'm up to you. Ozil got everything he deserved. Big up the club for how they treated that. Bit harsh. Bit harsh. No, you're gonna have a disagreement, are you, mate, Dominic? I like you, but you know, I like Mesut Ozil in there. I'm ready to defend him. We've got. I mean, do you know what? Wait, man, them paid off Ozil. What do you mean? What do you mean? My Ozil got paid off. Wait, don't talk nonsense about my dude. You know, like if that's how you treat man, wait, man got paid, bro. Man got paid, bro. If that's what you deserve, someone needs to treat me like that. Give me the bag. Shout out to my JA thugs. Come on, the Bayesians as well. You know the thing. You got the both blood running through this sexy body, this sexy complexion, all of that sort of shit. Flip over coin FC. Roy. Ozil was a bum, boy. Woke up. Cool Ozil, bum. The best people in the best managers, the best players in the world respect him. He can leave with his head held high. He came here, no coincidence when he signed for us. Trophy drought ended. You could say he didn't do enough. You could say a lot of things, but you can't deny the man's greatness. You can't deny the man's greatness. You can't deny the man's greatness. We've got Ozil. Come on. Hey. Ozil was my guy. Tottenham signed Bentancur. Great for them, man. We know who we're agendaing, innit? Boy, still no Arsenal things going on. Pretty much the last day, I don't think we're signing anyone. Boy, there's a lot of time to go, man. I mean, if you could get Kareem Adeyemi, I'd want that, but you can't get that in it. It don't look like that's happening. Just because Isak was spotted in London doesn't mean we are signing him. Us fans need to stop getting hyped until we see Isak holding the shirt. It's true, but I don't blame us because all fans want is, you know that, I know that, most fans know that, but all they want is hope. Football in the best of days. You know, it has grown men cussing each other online. It's got people moving mad. It gets you out of character, or some people in character. The emotions are there. So I understand that what Arsenal fans right now are feeling: desperation, anguish, anxiety, you know, all of these sort of things. So when they're offered a glimmer of hope, I can understand it. But like you said, until man are holding shirts, crazy, man. I don't think Arteta should necessarily be sacked if he doesn't get the Champions League Champions League football. By all means, I think we should have a serious debate. But yeah, I don't think that should necessarily be it. I don't think if there's not significant improvements, if they don't, then man has to go. I do think someone's got to answer if you don't get Europe. But I don't think someone should necessarily be sacked. I would hear it, you know. I do think if we're trying to be a top 4 club, man ain't been able to do that, then I'm on it if you can bring someone in. But why not, man? I've seen a tweet from Sociedad confirming it, boy. It's too quiet, you know. I think something is coming. I hope so. It's hard not to think something's happening, but bro, man's not trying to be a detective, man. I'm trying to just be a football fan. So man need to sign for this club. We've been taken round the houses enough times, man. I'm not on it now. Like I'm not on it. You lot do that and then let me know how it gets on, man. As for me, boy. Crazy one, man. I mean, Newcastle have agreed a 13 million fee for Dan Burn. I wish that was 13 million for Eddie. You know what? At this point, give me a cheesy beef patty for Eddie Nketiah. I would call it quits, really and truly. Like, it's one of them ones. I can't lie. Appreciate you, Alan. Listen, we didn't put a bid down, so it's dead. Man said DG to Music FC. Here we go. Paperwork's agreed. DG joins on a 3-year deal. How do you rate this signing? You man are mad. DG man is coming. Let's get the tactics and development ready. Give him. I mean, you man, shout me in it. When I see that, let me know in it. If we completely fall out the top 4 race, he needs to be sacked. No European out of every cup in January. If we're not pushing for top 4, he has to go. I hear that. Gunners in 2021. True. Top 6 is progress. Again, and then they said sack him if he doesn't get top 4. I think variables change, but that's true. As I said, I think it's a mixed bag. There's a lot to like about what Arteta is doing. There's a lot of shaky things, and for me, it's deeper than Arteta. I'm looking at Edu. I'm going for that. For me, when you see situations like this and whatnot, assuming nothing happens, I look at the ownership of the club, because we're always going to be here. Respectfully, there's been Mislintat, Raul Sanye, Emre, Wenger, Glazides. Bear man has been here. Bear man are gonna be here, and the same man are gonna be at the top owning the club. And the consistency has been Arsenal not doing serious business. Unless I wouldn't say fluke, but unless we have a Leicester sort of season, I can't see. I do think there's ambition with individuals at the club, Arteta and the players, but I can't see us winning something as being a direct consequences of us actively pursuing that, whether that would be the league dreaming, Champions League dreaming. I think we just have to do a thing. It'd have to be the Leicester thing, or we just have to do it. I don't think there's that. I don't think there's enough expectations, and I just feel at Arsenal, you can do enough to not really succeed, but you can do enough. As long as you ain't done enough with the pitchforks, then nothing's really going to happen. I do like Osimhen, but yeah, man, myth. I don't think speaking for myself, I don't think we've asked for a contender to be overnight. I don't think anyone's going to. I do think there's no balance when speaking about Arteta. I feel there's a lot of Arteta apologists who cut a lot of fucking stupid excuses, really, just because he's their manager, really, to the point where I genuinely think when we win, it's all Arteta. When we lose, can't get any blame. I do think there's them, again, fucking dickheads who, there's just unnecessary, everything is his fault. They can do no right. There's no balance when discussing Arsenal, man. There's no, because people already got their agendas. Some man onto Arteta, some man onto Edu, some man onto the players, rather than, all right, you're moving shaky in this department, that one's shaky there, that one's there. You need to look at it's not white and black. It's not. I'll say Tutu's decent, but I think his chance to bust here has been a myth, man. Osimhen's a great player, but again, he ain't got no release clause. You're going to have to deal with Napoli, and Napoli are very difficult, notoriously, to do business with. We always steal their targets, They're not going to want to let Osimhen go because they're trying to do their thing in the season, so you're going to have to overpay. Notoriously, their president is a very tough person to do business with. Man's held Koulibaly there for as long as you can remember, really. So there's a lot of things. There is that one in theory. If you overpay, it's easier because he's got a release clause. It's down to he'd have to say no, or they'd have to be personal terms. And we go for another rebuild. Got no choice, man. If we all say Arteta out, we are Arsenal win. So who's going to come in when he goes? I mean, just figure it out. Respectfully, it's not like Arsenal. It's not like Arteta's a prime Arsene Wenger and things. You find it, figure it out. There's plenty of managers out there. There's not a million managers I can sit there and say you take it, but figure it out. Same way you have to figure it. We can't really say there's a lot of strikers out there. Figure it out. That's why you man are in this privileged position. Figure it out. Figure it out, blood. You can't, man just can't come to the club and then start using them excuses. You took it. If I become a fireman and I'm saving little pussy old fires and stopping little dickhead fires, and then there's a mad one going on and I'm moving shit, man, I have to go in there. This is what I signed up for. Make it work. Spanners are thrown in and whatnot, man. It's crazy, man. What players would you have signed, DG? I don't know, man. Truthfully, I don't know. It's easy for me to sit here and say I would have done this, that, and the other. I would have made a push to bring in Karim Adeyemi. Defo would have tried for a midfielder, whether it's Arthur Melo, Kakare, Hosamawa, Kone over there at Gladbach, seeing what could be done for the Douglas Luiz Basuma, I'd say I defo would have got an 8 in if I could, and potentially a 6 as well. I don't know. I don't think I would have been able to get a striker in. Not that, yeah. Any Real Sociedad accounts tweeting things, please, you lot have to make sure you're checking the ads. It's silly season, man. It's silly season, man. Diaz is a good player for Liverpool, and it's tying in with what they're doing, man. For extended thoughts, I've spoken about that. Isak or Osimhen, who would you pick? Ooh, because you know what? Isak is more my sort of striker with the pretty boy stuff, but Osimhen's a gunman in front of goal. And I like how he plays still. Both, you know. I'm cool with either. I've got to sit on the fence, bro. Because I like the Osimhen. You know, it doesn't make sense, but you know, appreciate that, Chris. You know, when you like the way a man takes his chances, when a striker takes it, I like the way he takes his chance. It sounds dumb, but Osimhen takes his chances like a forward. I like him a lot. Do you know, I think Osimhen probably, right now, probably outscore him if they jumped in the Prem. So I'll say Osimhen, but I want to say Isak now. It's a both thing. I'll say Karim Adeyemi. And yeah, he's got the edge thing. I don't know. They're just something. When I think of Osimhen, he makes some fucking good runs. Pardon my language. Like bring that. Bring anyone, man. Bring something, man. But yeah, man. There's Eddie Nketiah at home. There's no McDonald's money. There's Eddie Nketiah at home, man. Some burnt rice and that. Dead. Boy. Yeah, I don't know about Kelechi and that show. I can't cap. I'm not really feeling that one, but he'd have my support. I mean, you could bring Tammy. I mean, the club tried for Tammy. I mean, what could that looks like a summer thing though. Like you're gonna, you know, you might be able to say, Tammy, you done with the Italian adventure? I heard you, man, want Xhaka. Let's do a thing. But boy, I can't I don't know, man. Maybe you know, Tammy might be getting some words of advice from a certain Ainsley Maitland-Niles as they take pools on the Stardog or the flavors. I swear it's just hash out there in Italy. I don't know what any of that is. I see someone commenting that and whatnot. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, obviously we've been here for an hour and 22 minutes, people. I'm just conscious of time purely because I'm going live at 2:30. So yeah, man. There's Eddie at home, man. Make sure you're all here. We're going to do an Egypt versus Morocco live stream. You know, I will cut up the last 2 streams I've done. I will cut them up and give you lot shorter videos and stuff. I'm well aware not everyone can sit here for however long we've been here. But yeah, it is where it is, man. Is where it is. Is where it is. Wouldn't mind Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Move mad on social media, man. Just move mad in front of goal. I wouldn't mind Jovic on long because we're desperate, man. But yeah. Last thing though. Hi, Deluded Gooner. Started watching your videos like 2 weeks ago, and I really appreciate your thoughts around everything that has to do with Arsenal. Started subscribing now. Come on, Isak. I appreciate that, man. Stop cutting onions. Last question. I know I keep saying it, but I don't like leaving people hanging. Can Arsenal get top 4 in your opinion? You can definitely fight for it, but boy, we're at a disadvantage now. Lesson for you. Arsenal will always be here. You won't. Well, we've all got to die one day, Paul. You know. That's a bit. I don't know what you're trying to. What are you trying to say here, Mr. Paul Robertson? Now I can't go because now I genuinely want to know what you have to. What are you saying there, Paul? Like, we all got to die one day. The Lord upstairs knows we're all gonna die one day. You know, it's all about how we impact people's lives. You're choosing to be an absolute prick, and you know your name's Paul Robertson. That's a certain Spurs name, so I can understand why you're vexed. You know, I'd hate to be you, man. You're here on a Sunday talking nonsense. You're here, you know, the neighbor's probably shagging your bird, mate. You know, your kid probably, you know, your stepson probably says, "I fucking hate you, you're not my real dad." I hear it. So you've got to come here and do your thing, you know. And to your baby mom out there, don't worry about Paul. He's a fool, man. He ain't cool, man. You get it? Paul can't flex up the Paul. You can't do that, can you? You can't do that. That's right, bro. That's that. I understand it. You can't do none of that, Paul, bro. Do 10 push-ups and then talk to me. Yeah, fucking idiot. Like, the sky's 100%. Is you know the sky is blue, bro. He must live forever, innit? My Paul must live forever, man. Shout out to you, Paul, on this Sunday, man. And from the bottom of my heart, And I mean it in the best possible way. I hope you remain in good health, Paul. But fundamentally, suck your mum. Bye, Paul. You know, I understand you're just vexed. It's not my fault that there won't be transfers, you know. Nothing lasts forever in life. We used to have Thierry Henry, now man's got Eddie Nketiah. Arsenal will always be here, you won't. But I'll stand here waffling on your YouTube stream like a little prick with my dick in my hand. Anyways, people, I'm getting real childish now. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. But yeah, man, on that note, let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. Big up to all of you lot. First things first, I hope you lot remain in good health. You ain't got health, you're dead. Even you, Paul, I don't wish no malice on you. I want you to stay fit and healthy so you can see my pretty face every day. And you know, this is what your wife's looking at where you lot are doing the dirty. You wait till she says deluded. You think she's feeling you? You think she's feeling you with your dead Yorkshire pies? She wants to act as salt fishing and hardy, you know. But anyways, away from all of that, I hope you're all in great health. I hope you all stay in good health. I hope you all have a great weekend, what's left of it. I hope you had a fantastic week last week. And I hope next week is filled with an abundance of riches, financially, spiritually, in terms of attainment for your goals, hopes, dreams, aspirations, and ambitions. On that note, though, you lot stay safe. I'm getting out of here, man. Nah, man, you have to done them youths, man. You know, you start problems with me. Don't give no lifelines. Bang, man, the first time. You know, you go up 1, I'm trying to go up 10, so you never know. Don't do it again. My badness and other man's badness is not badness. But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. On that note, safe, man. Safe. I'll be back tomorrow. Pool, 11:30 a.m. In fact, 10 a.m. on Twitch, 11:30 a.m. I need to see you. For all my people, them, 2:30 on Twitch, people. Egypt versus Morocco. Safe, man, for real.
There's always that active red light defending.
I've been given like